Let's go. Yes, so you learned about some cool stuff from Judd just now about all the new things coming to the web. But that's a problem. You learn all the cool stuff, but you need a tool to debug it, right? But that's the title. And who am I? I'm Henry. I'm not a T-Rex. I'm a human. I'm a GDE in web techs. I'm based in Germany. I'm from Malaysia, if you're wondering. Yes, I love dinosaurs. This is actually me in Death Valley, because why not? What I do for fun? No, I don't know how to snowboard. I'm not the first speaker. I know how to ski, but I doesn't know how to brake. So it's like one-way wee. I'm based in Hamburg, so I work for this, like a small shipping company. Yeah, this is one of our ship. No, not this one. This is the actual ship. It looks like this. I think this is one of the biggest in the world. And that's me like trying to steal the container ship. Yeah, I mean like this is how the captain room, that's the bridge. How the bridge looks like. It's like, thing is like right there. Like the scale is crazy. I mean, once you are there, you're so high, you are like 15 or almost like 20 stories tall. So it's interesting. My first time in Venice, I'm not sure is this going to offend anyone, but it looks like Patrick's, right? Agree? Yeah, so I did some tourist thing yesterday, have some, I don't know how to, the chicken? Yes, I pronounce it as chicken, the chicken. Yes, I mean the weather was very good, and there's the toilet, it costs €1.50. That's I think like the most expensive public toilet I ever seen. The second most expensive is the Christmas market in Hamburg, €1. So, and speaking of expensive, not DevTools, someone need to explain to me. I saw this in Connacht yesterday on the island. The rice costs €3.49. So I think like if I got laid off because of AI, I will come here to sell rice. Backup plan. Okay, so yes, you have this link. I want to ask you some questions, do some market feedback, call it stealing your data. Okay, so if you have the page open, yes, so is it working? Like, who are you? I mean, Jet asked that question, but I mean, it's easier to see on the big screen, like who you are. Yes, who you are. So mostly students, so you're not jobless yet. Yet is very important. So we have one jobless. Yeah. I mean, like, getting jobless is nice. Like, once you got the job, you also get sad because you're not jobless anymore. I mean, I got laid off like a few years ago, so I kind of feel that. And you don't know who you are. Okay, good, there's no AI bot. Yes, there's no AI bot, very good. So majority are students, so okay, then I will adjust the difficulty. Okay, what else? Question. Do you think AI will make you jobless, especially students? Right, you're still studying, you still have a few more years to go. No? I mean, I still need to have the dream of moving to Venice to sell rice. So yeah, so everyone is optimistic, okay. But yeah, I mean, looking at the sponsor you have here, it's like, yeah, I mean, the economy in Italy is way better than in Germany. So maybe I should move here. I mean, like, if I move here, it's good for me, it's bad for you because I'm stealing your job. Okay, another question. So imagine you will be a web framework in your next life. Which one you want to be? I mean, it's in other ways, like which one is your framework when framework? Interesting. Interesting. I didn't expect like so many people like to use Astro. Okay, good. Good, good. Only one people using Vue.js. Okay. I mean, React is fine. Angular, yeah, Angular is normal. Oh, no. Okay, any more question? Okay, quiz, but there's no prize because I did not. Actually, it looks different on your screen, right? Yeah, you have the option. Like, which year did Chrome DevTools come out? I think the option is like 2005, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10. Done? But how can I see the answer? I don't know. This is my first time using this. So should I say the answer? So it came up back in 2008. Anyone here born after year 2008? I see one. So you born after Chrome DevTools was born. See, I feel so old right now, although I'm not that old, but yes, I'm old. Okay, let's go back to the talk. So once upon a time, so I'm going to show you something that you haven't born yet. There's something called Windows XP. Okay, let me find where's like Windows XP. Yes. Yes, for you, this is Windows XP. This is how it looks like. And what I'm going to show you is not Internet Explorer, because if I open Internet Explorer, it will crash for some reason. So I'm going to show you Google Chrome. At least it doesn't crash. This is the very first version of, the first stable version of Google Chrome, which is Chrome 1.0.154. I think it's launched back in December 2008. Yes. I don't know, 17 years ago. But so I gave this talk multiple times in the last few years. In the past, Google.com works. But as today, nope, they ask you to upgrade the browser. Okay, so let's try other website that maybe work. For some reason, the Google AI website is partially working. Yeah, I know, SSL, proceed. Is it working? Slow. I mean, partially it's my computer is slow, but okay. At least we get something right. But I mean, you're here for the Chrome DevTools, so this is how Chrome DevTools looks like 17 years ago. Surprisingly, it's actually not that bad. You get all, I mean, like the HTML area, it looks almost the same. I mean, like yes, there are more features today, and we have the styling area, which like exactly the same. Then if you go to the resources, like if I need to refresh the page. No, wrong button. Yeah, if I refresh the page to get the timeline, it's exactly what we have in the network panel today. So 17 years of improvement. And we have the console, which very, very similar. But of course, 17 years later, we get more features, AI, the kind of stuff. In good way, in bad way, both. Okay, so this is how Windows XP looks like, because I can do whatever thing I can do. I can do whatever thing I can do. Let me just turn off the VM. And I can play the most beautiful sound ever. No, the computer is on mute. No, I missed that. Unfortunately. Okay, let's go back to more demo. Okay, so from the previous talk, I hope you still remember. So there's baseline. So there's a baseline, but Jet doesn't show you how you do it with DevTools. So I have everything in the wrong screen. Okay. Uh, let's see. So I have Chrome DevTools. Is it big enough? If it's not big enough, then you move forward. I'm not the problem, you are the problem. I can be a good PM, right? So for example, yes. So if I hover on the display, yeah, they will show you the baseline information directly in the DevTools. So you don't need to Google search or, well, ask AI. I mean, this kind of stuff you don't need to ask AI, right? But yeah, they have the baseline integration directly in the DevTools. But if you're using VS Code and some other IDE, they also have integration in the IDE directly. So you get baseline information everywhere. So you can make sure the feature you are shipping, it works on the customer device. What else? So you can get that in the CSS property tooltip. And something Jed also didn't show you, the speculation rules. So yeah, I mean, your cat is there. Yeah, I mean, it's stolen from his store. I didn't ask him. I trust copyright, but I don't follow it. Chrome DevTools has the same thing, which so it's basically if you use Nuxt.js, they also have the same features that you can automatically like pre-fetch and preload the page. But the best thing about the speculation rules is basically what you need to do, you just need to add this code into any website. Yes, come in. Yeah, more people. So basically what you need to do is just paste this in the like a script, and it will just works, no matter which framework you're using. Even you have no framework, no JavaScript, it will works. And you can customize it based on the condition. So let's say if I go to the rules page, so you can see like those are the defined page that is going to preload. So in this case, you can see like none of the page is prefetched yet. But if let's say if I hover on coconut, because coconut is the best nut. I hope you get the reference. Then you can see the coconut.html changed to ready. In this case, the page is already loaded. When I press on the coconut, it loads instantly because it's not even coming from the network anymore because it's cached on your computer. So it's a very nice enhancement. I mean, it's free because it works on any framework. So if the browser doesn't support this, then they don't get preload. It's just a bit slower like normal. But hey, and Chrome DevTools has a very nice tool for you to debug, is it working or not? So that's speculation API. Okay, let's talk about performance because it's a very complicated topic. A lot of people avoid fixing performance because they don't know how to. And one of the things is because the DevTools, the performance panel on DevTools is very, very, very hard to use. Anyone agree? Yes, blame the tool, not you. It's not the skill issue, it's because of the tools. It's very difficult to use. Yeah, I mean, I can change my job, become philosopher. Blame other people. Okay, let's see, what should I do? Okay, so anyone here use Lighthouse? Yes, Lighthouse. Maybe you have a Lighthouse in Venice, but no. That's the Lighthouse in DevTools. So if you go to application, no, not application. It's not application. It's a separate tab called Lighthouse. Then you can generate a audit for web performance, accessibility. Faster. Go. Go. Yes, you get 82 on localhost of the BBC News website. This is actual BBC News website. The whole thing is open source, so it's very fun to look at because it's a very complex web application. But you get all the information. You get the core web vital information, like I will kind of explain it later, like all those information. But like one thing is not that great is it doesn't explain it very well. So let's look at another panel. So this is the performance panel. It pretty much does the same thing but better. In the past, the Lighthouse used to be way better than Performance Panel. But now, Performance Panel is actually better than Lighthouse. So here you can see there are a few more information in a very easy to understand method, and they give you explanation. So look at LCP. So what the hell is LCP? It's the largest contentful pane. Basically, if your English is good enough, you just see largest. Like, right, what is the largest thing on the page? I mean, like, here we have like two possibilities, either the H1 title or H2 title or the image. Right, that's the biggest thing you can see on the page. In this case, it thinks it's the image. So the image takes like 10 milliseconds, no, 100 milliseconds to load, 0.1 second. So in this case, anything lower than 2.5, you can hover on it, there's more tooltip, and they give you more details information. But in this case, everything is green, we are fine. Let's go to a slower website, which is Google Chrome website. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Okay, so what you're seeing here, like the LCP is 1.9. The requirement is less than 2, so we are very close. But this is on my computer. So there's a difference between my computer and the actual user computer. So in order to get the information, there's a few metrics. So here you can see it's a local metric, which is the result coming from my computer. But you can look at the field metric, which is all the data collected from all your users. So you just click on the setup, you click OK, and on my computer it's 1.9 seconds, but on real world scenario it's 4 seconds. So it's a very nice way because you get all your actual user, as long as they're using Chrome. If they're using Safari, then there's no data. Then you get the performance information. So in this case, you can see like, yes, my computer, although it's not the fastest, but it's still faster than everyone else. So, I mean, it works on my computer, but clearly in this case, it doesn't work well on other people's. So, I mean, this is a good place, like, maybe you should find a way to slow down your computer. How? So there's a CPU and network emulation. So you can kind of slow down, not in the very most accurate way, but you can click on slow down. There's a 4x, 6x, and 20x. But the issue is, what if I'm using the world's fastest computer? The 20x slowdown is still faster than basically any computer in the world. So what you need to do is click on the calibrate. Then you click the button again. Then I say yes. Then I wait. So it run a benchmark on my computer, so they know how fast is my computer. Then they will do the scaling properly. So to simulate my computer like a low-tier mobile, they need to slow down 9.7. But if you do it on a very slow computer, you press calibrate, maybe they say, yeah, hey, you need to speed up your CPU too, because your computer is slower than the low-tier mobile device. But yeah, it's a good way to see how fast or how slow is your computer. Okay, so in this case, let me close it. So instead of using like 4 or 6x, to simulate mid-tier, I should use 3.1. So if I try again, and the network maybe, they recommend slow 4G, but it's a bit too slow. Maybe Germany, yes, Germany, you get slow 4G. Italy, a bit faster. Okay, let me refresh. Then I wait. Then I drink water. Okay, I accidentally show you the scary thing. Okay, let me close it. So yeah, I mean like the LCP, the largest contentful pane, is still considered good. But I can see like the CLS, which is the shifting. It gets very annoying when you open a page. You want to click a button, then everything shifts because there's an image on the top is just loaded. You don't want that. It's a very bad experience. So there's a metric for that. It's called CLS. In this case, it's like 1.15, which is not good at all. You need to have this less than 0.1. This is rubbish. This website is rubbish. So I mean, like they give you tips. So a lot of time in the past that I have this information that's like, what next? I don't know. There's no AI. I have no one else to ask. If I need to ask, there's like those web performance consultant. You look at the price, they charge you thousands of euro per hour. It's like, I don't have the money. But right now, Chrome DevTools trying to steal their job, so they give you more information. They give you like, consider what you should do, what you should try out, and they tell you like, where this thing is coming from. So it's coming from, now it's gone. Click here. So it says like there's a shifting on the banner, it's always AI. The big text is also shifting, pretty much everything is shifting. So yeah, I mean, it's a good way. Then you're like, okay, then maybe you should fix the height. Like, so make sure it won't jump when the page is loaded, or you can like, I mean, like right now, most of the time we put all our code in like index.js. So the JavaScript need to be downloaded, parsed, and execute. Then like, there's some like time in between the page is still loading. Maybe like you should, going back to the past, like use server-side rendering, so everything, the HTML is pre-rendered. Then that way kind of solve the CLS issue. Then another core web vital metrics, which is very important for the performance, is interaction to next pane. What is this? So you can see like locally there's no score. Why? Because I didn't do any interaction yet. So if I press the hamburger, I mean, to be honest, the hamburger word is a very bad word. You tell your parents, hey, click on the hamburger button. They will never figure it out. The three line icon, if you press, that's the interaction. So when I press, it takes, for my computer, is 48 milliseconds. So again, I can hover on this. Then you can see like the input delay is 50 milliseconds. Most likely this is something you cannot really do. That's the processing duration. It processes like immediately because I guess there's no script to run. Sometimes it's like, I see some e-commerce site, like when you press on the menu button, it will like, they need to get a lot of category, but the category they need to call from the information from network. Then when the network is loading, then the processing duration will increase. Then the presentation delay, I think in this case is where the animation thing, the transition. So in this case, we get like 48 milliseconds, which is actually very good. So we don't really need to fix it. Again, if you want to debug it, you can click on the interaction. Then you can see like the hamburger in this case is 48 milliseconds. If you have like multiple things you can interact, like there's a button, there's a search bar, then the INP will always be the worst score. So they always find the worst case scenario. So that is the home page of performance. Did I miss anything? Oh yes, I did miss. Nah, I thought about this later. And mostly I will not remember. This done. Okay, let's talk about the scary page. So you can click on the record, or you can refresh the page and record the whole trace, where you get this wonderful waterfall. Anyone use this? Anyone understand this? Pretend to understand? Yes. I mean, yeah, it gets very scary, very fast, but because it is very complicated. Okay, so in this example, I'm going to use the BBC website, which is built using React 19. So in React 19.2, which released, today is 11, so 11 days ago. So there's a new version of React 19.2. They make the performance, they make the performance debugging or performance profiling a little bit better. Loading. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so in the past, let me zoom in. Okay, so you can see like it's moving. How do I control this? I mean, if you try to control this with your mouse, it gets a bit annoying because like it's not supposed to, Like you need to scroll left and horizontally, you need to scroll vertically, then you need to zoom in to zoom out. Using mouse is not the best way to do it. Personal preference. What I do is I use the WASD. So if to zoom in, I press W. Zoom out, I press S. To go to left, I press A. Go right, I press D. Then I use the scroll to scroll up and down. So this is a kind of a better way to like interact with this thing. But you can change there like two ways, that the modern way and the classic way. So, and that's a tutorial on how you actually can control the waterfall. It's there. You choose the way you want. So it's always personal preference. They give you options. They give you choice. Okay, so let's look at this. It's a React application, so the performance must be bad. In this case, it's also Webpack, but there are a lot of information that I don't really care. Because I'm building an application, I'm not building React. I don't really care what React is doing. So if you're using Angular, the feature is that if you're using React, make sure to update to 19.2. If you're using Vue.js, you can call even you, ask him to add this feature. I mean, he's in Singapore, so not far from my house. So React added this last week, 2 weeks ago. Instead of looking at the main task, which is all the rubbish thing, Webpack stuff, they added a custom track. So it's a new feature that added this to Chrome DevTools back in Google I/O this year. Angular first, then now React. So you can see this is something you should feel more familiar, because this is exactly my React components. I have the client app, there's a router, there's an app, there's a switch. And if I look at this, I mean, this is, I think, the initial part to load the application, to load the store router. Then I have the actual page component. I have like the page layout wrapper, the article page. So, oh no, time is almost finished. The first section. So from here you can have better understanding on which state the page is loading what component. And you can see like the page layout wrapper, it took 19 milliseconds. Fine, I guess. So by using this custom track, you can use it to like better to analyze like what is happening. In the past, technically, you can like use like performance.now or use like console log, then you print out the timestamp between it load the JavaScript and everything is mounted. Technically, it's exactly the same thing. What they are doing is console.timestamp. And what you get is this very beautiful waterfall. So it's a new thing. There's no AI stuff here. But if I go back to the traditional thing, what the hell is this? Okay, TLDR, everything you see in red color, which is terrible. So you see that there's a whole big red thing. I don't know what is this. This is very bad. So in this case, if I click on this, it says it's a long task. Long task, it took 263 milliseconds. What long task means, basically, it kind of slowed down the website. Like if there's a big long task is happening, it may cause render blocking. So maybe when the task is running, you click on something. If you press on the dialog, it will not appear. The browser needs to wait for the task to finish before doing the task you ask us to do. But the question is like, what the hell is this? I don't really understand. Like, I can see like a lot of Webpack stuff. And this is the time like AI is actually useful. So you double click on the task. There's the AI icon with a pencil. You just press. No, I'm not pressing. Then you wait. Yeah, they say processing React DOM render and commit phase. So yeah, it's something from React DOM. Mostly it's something you cannot do. So, okay, let's see, is anything else? There's nothing else. Okay, I mean, this is not a long task, but let's see like what task is this? So it's scheduling task for rendering React application. Okay, more. And it's not working. Press Okay. Yeah, I mean like, so it gives you, they're able to like kind of understand your source code and give you a description in a way that normal people can understand. In the past, this is what we do. Basically, we need to like click on the bottom up, we look at this. Then only use your experience to figure out like what the hell is this. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then all the best. So you have like the AI annotation, but mostly what you want to do is like figuring out like what is not good, what is good. So I can like go here, click on this icon. So if you press that like inside, which remember the metric I showed you. I mean like if the metric is bad, mostly it's one of these reasons. So for example, LCP breakdown. So it breaks down like the large contentful pane. So once the thing is open, let me zoom out a bit. So when you hover on the information, you can see like this thing pop up. So it gives explanation like what is going on. Like there's a time to first pane is 44 milliseconds. The 143 is loading from the network. Then there's another 146 for the element render delay. So it gives you more information and it visualizes it, like on which point this is happening. And again, then you can ask AI to like what's going on and ask AI to give advice. Sometimes it works, most of the time it doesn't, but at least you get some help, at least, okay? That's like you can do it before you ask more your senior colleague, but at least you have some clue. Then, for example, you can see like this is the LCP, I think, which is the image. Like the image took 143 milliseconds after the earliest start point. If you've done the optimization very, very good, you can load that at the beginning. So maybe like in this case, you say like you need to set the fetch priority to high to the image. And maybe you can try that, maybe if you move it a bit earlier. So it gives you some hint where you can try. In the past, it doesn't give you any hint. You need to wish all the best. So it's more useful. So I hope you have a more senior developer in the team. So once you have like all this information, you write the notes, the annotation with AI. Like then you ask your colleague, maybe there's a slow part. Like, can you help me to fix it? Then you proceed to take a screenshot. But the problem of screenshot is they cannot interact with the waterfall anymore. So what you can do is you can like press on the download icon. No. Is it upload or download? So you can click on the download button, then you can save the whole waterfall, share it to your colleague, then they can upload it back, then they can view exactly the same thing as what you see together with all the annotation. So it's a good way. I hope you're not working alone. If that's the case, then yes, you can have a very nice cross-pair programming, and you don't need to share your screen. And they can do it whenever they want to do it. So, I mean, like, there are even more stuff, like, there are a lot of, like, information. The metrics, like, Chrome is thinking, like, this is good, this is not good. I mean, like, I think there are some past information, like, yeah, in this case, like, the font display is great, like, there's not much else you need to do. Like, you are not using legacy JavaScript, that kind of stuff, so you're good to go. But, of course, there are still a lot of stuff you need to fix, like, there's a third party, mostly coming from analytics. There's the force reflow, which is related to like you're using JavaScript to check the width and you resize the element. That is very expensive. And they give you some guide on how you can, and link to the documentation on what you need to do next. And for all the metrics, Chrome added a website last week. So it's on developer.chrome.com/doc/performance/insight. Which is basically all the slow thing, the fast thing from a website. And when you click it, there's even more information. I will share the link. Then there's more stuff for you to understand. Time. Okay. Okay, then I will skip. I'll show you this one done, this one done. Anyone here know MCP? Multimedia Cat. P is what? Parking? Actually, I don't know what is the full name for MCP. Yeah, the AI thing. Yeah, if you know, you know. Basically what it does, okay, so what I'm going to show you is you have the Chrome browser, you have a Chrome DevTools, and you have your IDE. So in order to bridge together, you use something called API. No, in this case, you use something called MCP server because AI, they need to make it sound fancy. I mean, AI can do wonderful things. This is not why you need to use AI. Okay, but yeah, I mean, this is what MCP. So they launched this when? Last month? Few weeks ago. Yeah. I mean, 10 weeks is also a few weeks ago, but I think they launched it 3 weeks ago. So it's a new thing. So anyone here use the Playwright MCP server? Yes, I mean, I saw your hand. It's very similar. I mean, like how Playwright read your web page is basically it use the accessibility tree, it take a snapshot and try to access the page like a screen reader. But Chrome DevTools has a benefit. They are Chrome that have direct access to the DevTools using the Chrome DevTools protocol. And it's very similar to how you write Puppeteer code to access a web page. So most of the stuff what Puppeteer can do, you also can do it with the DevTools MCP, and this is what it can do. It can interact with the page, refresh the kind of stuff. You can emulate the CPU, very similar to the thing I showed it to you in the performance panel. It can run the performance tests. The best part, it can take screenshot. Then it also have access to the network requests. So it have a lot of context. So you have two types of people, vibe coding type people, another the traditional like me, I use DevTools, but if you love vibe coding, you just want to talk to the chatbot, this is what you can do. So the best way to show you is demo, but the, okay, can you see it? No. Can you see it? Yes. Okay, so in this case, what I should do is I will ask open this page using Chrome DevTools MCP. Enter. Then you wait. Then if you open a Chrome, a separate one in a I mean, it's very similar to how you use Puppeteer. But in this case, you're using AI to control it. Then, I mean, like, of course, you can like refresh the page. Very basic thing, right? If you refresh maybe, or in this case, like, I have like some interesting example. If I can find where is the thing I can copy paste. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I have this comment. So I can ask MCP server to open amazon.de because I live in Germany, search for iPhone because I don't use Google Pixel. Google didn't give me free Pixel, so no. So it's basically like web scraping stuff. So I can ask them, then take a screenshot. Okay, so let's see, does it work? I don't know. Let's try. So it's loading the page. Then, yeah, I'm not doing anything. TLDR, I want it to get the full price. So yeah, it get the price, then it tell me the price is 1299, and they also took a screenshot. And the screenshot is right here. So yeah, we have the screenshot. It does what I want ask it to do. But of course, for DevTools stuff, then you can like, I want to measure the INP, the interaction time. So maybe what I should do is start performance trace, then search for Google Pixel, submit search, wait for the page to load, then stop performance trace. Then tell me the INP. Enter. Will it work? I don't know. That's the risk of demoing AI stuff, because okay. Yes, so in this case, it's 106 milliseconds. Is it good or bad? Is it good or bad? So in this case, it's considered good because it's less than 200 milliseconds. So if you love vibe coding, then you have a new way to interact with, basically run performance audit, but with AI. Because it sounds more fancy, then you can proudly say like, proudly or not proudly say like, hey, I use AI in work. Then you can do something like this. You can ask more explanation. So it's personal preference. You can interact with Chrome DevTools directly, or you can do this. What else? So let's say if you're building a web application, you can like kind of automate like writing a playwright or Cypress test. Like maybe actually I can try like, can you generate Cypress code based on the previous interaction? So I believe this is not part of the Chrome MCP, but I mean, AI is AI, so maybe it also can generate end-to-end tests for me. Yeah, I mean, this is not part of the MCP, but the general AI. Then yes, skip. Yeah, so yeah, AI is doing their stuff. I just want the script. I don't want you to run it. Faster. Oh, so they save the file directly. So, I mean, this is what it generates. I'm not sure how accurate is this, but it gives you some idea. I mean, like if the selector is not correct, then you can adjust yourself, but at least you have a starting point. That writes some very nice comment for you. You just fix it to make it work. So it gives you a very nice starting point, like at least make your life a little bit easier in some way. Sometimes it give you more annoying. But yes, so that is MCP server. What else I need to show you? Where is it? No more time, right? Lunchtime? Okay, so let me see. Not important. Okay, fun fact. Last fun fact before letting you go. Do you ever wonder? I mean, okay, Chrome DevTools. No, this is not Chrome DevTools. Where's Chrome DevTools? This whole thing is a web application, just in case you doesn't know. It's a web application. So think about this. If you imagine you're working at Google, working for the Chrome DevTools, and you found a bug on Chrome DevTools, how the hell are you going to debug it? You need Chrome DevTools, right? So, no, it's gone. It's here. So to do it, what you actually do is Command-Shift-I, or no, Command-Option-I. Yes, it's Command-Option-I. Then if you open another DevTools. Then from there, the inspect element, you can just like, okay. Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's the same thing as how you develop a website. Like, you can change the color if you want to. Because it's a web application. The whole Chrome DevTools, it's open source. I think you can go to github.com/Google Chrome/DevTools front end. Yeah, you can try to run it locally on your computer. It's fun because why not? This is what you can do when you have free view. Yeah, I mean, it's a web application. So this is how, I mean, if you found a bug and you believe yourself like, I can fix it, you have the tool. You can create a pull request. Maybe if you create too many pull requests to the Chrome DevTools, the DevTools team is like, yeah, let's hire this person. So yeah, maybe it's an interesting way for you to get a new job instead of just submitting the CV. Funny enough, this actually works for one of I think there was one intern working on the DevTools. Then because of that, like, he become the person migrating the whole DevTools from JavaScript to TypeScript. I'm not sure he's still at Google or not, but that's how he got the job. So you can try. It's an interesting way to get a job at Google if you want to. So, question? No, lunch.
Where can you find your presentation and your contacts?
Yes, good question. Here. So you can find me not on Twitter, although you can find my profile on Twitter. I don't use it anymore because you know the reason. So because of that, I'm forced to switch to a platform called Blue Sky. I'm on LinkedIn sometimes. I only use LinkedIn when I lost my job. Then yeah, so that's the link. So in German, we say Dankeschön. Thank you. Yeah.